The bad blood between the Clippers and the Rockets has now spilled off the court after Monday night's game at Staples. Here are the main points that you should know. 1. Blake Griffin at one point made contact with head coach of the Rockets, Mike D'Antoni. D'Antoni thought Griffin made contact intentionally, so then he said, F you. Blake Griffin said, F you right back. Trevor Ariza ripped Blake Griffin's tights off of his legs. Yes, that happened, and later engaged in multiple shouting matches with different players on the Clippers bench. Blake Griffin was later ejected for other reasons. And then rising to a crescendo post-game. Rockets player Clint Capella unsuccessfully attempted to enter the Clippers locker room through the front door, while CP3, James Harden, and Trevor Ariza tried to enter the Clippers locker room through their secret door, hoping to confront Austin Rivers, the son of Clippers head coach Doc Rivers. Got all that? Later, security and the LAPD were called to de-escalate the situation. Wow. So let's talk with our NBA insider, Sam Amick. What do you make of what happened on Monday night?
Trista, there is a lot to unwrap here. I'm going to highlight a couple of things for context that need to be remembered. When Chris Paul forced a trade to the Clippers, or out of the Clippers to go to the Rockets, let's not forget that on his way out, he did an ESPN special in which he was very critical of the Clippers culture and Doc Rivers in particular. And that did not sit well with his former teammates and his former coach. It's surreal for me because if you go back to early last season, I sat there talking to Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in person about their relationship, and they claimed at the time that they were better than ever, that Blake had become a father, that had helped him connect with Chris Paul in a different kind of way. But those two guys, as we saw in that game and afterwards, they have no love lost at this point.
All right, Sam, what happens now?
Yeah, it was not surprisingly, the NBA has already opened up its investigation, even though you're talking about, 11:30 roughly Pacific time when all this stuff unfolded. They wasted no time and got into it that night on the East Coast. You're talking about the usual suspects from the league office, Kiki Vandeweghe, obviously Adam Silver, weighing in, trying to figure out, who's most at fault here. We're going to have some suspensions, some fines. You simply can't go after players in the kind of way that Trevor Ariza did. So if I had to guess, I think he's probably going to feel it more than anybody else once they get to the bottom of this. And so certainly I think a stiff penalty coming for quite a few guys.
It should be interesting if these two face off again in the playoffs. I know we'll all be watching. Thanks so much, Sam.
Thank you, Tristan.
Stick with Sports Pulse, your heartbeat to what's trending in sports.